right, my name is Tyler, aka Nanogenix. Welcome back to the channel, and I'm making this video just on the off chance that tonight after maintenance, I get banned. Now, I just want to put this right out here at the very beginning of this video. I don't think anyone's getting banned. But at the end of the day, that doesn't matter to Bandai. If they choose to ban everyone that used the glitch, if they can somehow confirm it, technically, like, I'm caught red-handed, bro. I literally did the glitch right here on my channel. I did not beat the event, but in case you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, essentially, it's an airplane mode glitch, essentially a thing that manipulated the game, and based on everything that we could tell, it was like multiplying the leader abilities and the passives, so it made your units do just a substantially amount of more damage. So if you weren't aware of the glitch, it's better that way, because then you couldn't have done it, and you shouldn't be at any risk of potentially losing your account tonight after maintenance. So this video is not to fuel ban wave propaganda anymore. It's actually a lot for myself, if I'm being honest. I just want to record everything that I was able to do on my global account right here today in this video. So if you wanted to see my global account, most recent update of it, that's the video for you. By the way, I saw Mr. Baby do a video similar to this, and it sort of inspired the one that you're about to watch. So shout out to him. Link to his video down below, because why not? So just sit back, enjoy, check out my global account with the most recent LR that we've been able to acquire from the new SBR stages. So as you guys know, I do take a more minimal approach. I still obviously spend a fairly decent amount over here, but I do take a bit of a more minimal approach when it comes to my global account, because I do spend so substantially more on JP. But still honestly been able to acquire a ton of stuff on the global side of the game, and it is always fun, especially once there was finally enough LRs in the game to fill out an entire screen. It's always fun to just look at your LRs right here. The way I personally like to look at it is I go by acquired, so do that first, and then I go by rarity, and then you can then see in order basically of actually receiving the LRs themselves. That's the way I personally do it. I've done a few of these videos and people ask each time. By the way, I keep pressing on my hoodie. You guys haven't noticed. Boom! We got a whole new drop coming. Actually embroidery, dude. This is my first ever embroidered piece, period. It is a black tie-dye. I was just like, what can we do that's kind of unique and different? Black tie-dye hoodie drops this Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific, tied to a streamathon. Also, I'm doing a streamathon on Friday where I'm going to start the stream with 12 hours. Every time someone picks up a hoodie, it can be shirt, it can be joggers. It extends the time I have to stream. So tune into that stream if you want. Minimum amount we might stream is like 7 days. We may even go all the way up to like 2 weeks. So yeah, streaming for a long time. So come tune in, twitch.tv/Nanogenix, pick up a hoodie, come over there, sub, do all the things that a typical subathon are gonna be applied. Come hang out, be a part of the stream, pick up a hoodie. I just think it's sick. You get a really nice, comfortable, high quality hoodie. Also with the satisfaction knowing you're making me have to sit there and stream longer. I feel like it's just a win-win. But my global account, so the stats, we're missing 2 summonable units of like actual prominence here. We're missing a few other summonable units like exclusives and stuff like that, like heroes units, but primary units that we're missing are 1. Matter of fact, we can actually just go over here and look for ourselves. I love this page. This is sort of my gauge of like getting things done page. So we can scroll just a little bit here and see what I'm talking about, but LR Goku and Piccolo are the only summonable LR, an actual LR in the game that we are currently missing. And then beyond them, the other Dokkan Fest, or the only other unit that I'm missing, is a Dokkan Fest unit, which is Videl. I think Videl had like what the typical ticket packs, and I threw those at her banner and wasn't able to pick her up. And then same thing with the Piccolo and the Goku. I did that for them, wasn't able to pick them up. So that's kind of where we are at with that. So other than those 2 units, we have every other Dokkan Festival exclusive, and we have every other LR. That's literally the only thing we're missing here. Now, a lot of these units aren't like super crazy. So like you can take a look here. Only 1 dupe in my Goku. You can take a look here at like say Vegeta. I'm really just wanting to, point out some very prominent characters here. Only 1 dupe on them as well. So yeah, so the most recent, of course, being the LR Tech Goku and Vegeta, which I love this unit so much. This is like seriously one of my like absolute favorite units. So we scroll down here. What I find funny is on JP, for the most part, some of them I pulled out of order, but for the most part, they are in a very specific order of release. Like you can really just go back, like, right here on global. For the most part too, we can still do that here. We can just go back and you can really sort of see how these units like properly released during the global timeline. Of course, the first summonable LR on global was LR Broly. And then as you sort of go through this, you can see like then it was Gohan, you know, Goku Black. Like, they're all really close, if not in the exact timeline of how they released on the global side of the game. Then as you scroll through, you'll notice there's a very defining character that is missing from this list that is very, very out of order. I mean, like, you've got right here LR Gohan, LR Cell for the 300 million download celebration. You got the year 4 anniversary Goku and Vegeta, but look at Goku being all the way up here because I couldn't get him to pop. I literally couldn't get him to pop. So I actually didn't pull that Goku until the Christmas celebration that year. So you can see Vegeta is hanging out down here, and then Goku didn't happen until after this. But the most prominent one that is super out of order, and most of you know from my chronicles of here on Global, are LR Majin Vegeta, sitting all the way back here. I managed now to pull 3 additional copies over the course of pulling him a little over a year ago, but I just really want to point that out of, you know, these are pretty closely to being in order of how they release. Like, as you look, not to go back over and spend too much time, but you can kind of sort of see like the 3-year LRs being right here. And then if we move forward, we've got, you know, right before year 4, we've got the Broly, we've got the freaking, you know, Gohan and Goten, which were global first. Then we've got the year 4 LR with this. And then of course the free to play that came with the year 4 exclusive, you know, Battlefield event. Then the 300 million celebration right here. Goku a little out of order, but it is what it is. Then if you fast forward just a little bit, we then have the year 5 fusions with right here, right next to them, the TOP banner, Broly, Chila, Limo, and friggin', you know, Goku Black. And then we fast forward a little bit, we have the worldwide celebration Buhan with Goku and Vegeta fusing into Super Vegeta, and then year 6 LRs and so forth. So very much so, pretty well in their sort of normal timeline of releases. And then you have a very old unit just sitting here in the middle of it. It's just such a funny sort of thing. All right, so I turned on tags, so we can now take a look at that. I do actually like tags quite a lot, so let's make sure I do have all of them here. We do. All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So 85 LRs total on the global account right now. And if we go over one more, I have 207 rainbows. So if we actually go to activation, hit OK. So we have 207 rainbows on the global account. A little stingy with the orbs here on global. I think there's a few I could probably rainbow as well that I just haven't done yet. So actually there's probably several total that I could rainbow, but I just haven't done them yet. We'll go over one more. We have our exclusives tab. Now, I do throw the Dragon Ball Heroes units in here because you can only acquire them the one time a year that they're on that banner, right? So I do tend to treat them as an exclusive unit. Then we've got some of my favorites like the Cybermen exclusive from April Fools. We also have the New Year's 18, which they gave us just enough to actually make sure that she had all of her dupe paths and stuff like that. Never brought her back. Kept an SSR version of, this was the translation right here. It's Monumental Dreams, but the translation was Big Ass Hope Goku, which I always thought was hilarious. Of course, his Dokkan Awakened version down here as well. That's what he Dokkan Awakens into. Then we have the One Piece crossover Goku, which actually dropped as a UR. Big sad that I didn't get more versions of him, but this is probably my like true favorite exclusive unit because I just don't think they'll ever bring him back. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe they'll eat those words, but he was a One Piece crossover event that I doubt will ever happen again. And then lastly, as far as exclusives goes, we got this card right here, which if one of y'all know how to add them to an actual proper tag, again, assuming I have my account as of tomorrow, still let me know down below. I'm actually really curious. So they made their attack, defense, and HP like the year they released. So they were released on April 1st of 2018, which I think is really cool. Dragon Ball Heroines. Now the thing that sucks is you can't lock them. So luckily there's like the auto sell feature when you go to like sell units. But in case you weren't aware, if we go over here, we go to sell. Look, let me go ahead and take off everything. But look, they're over here and you can't lock them up. You can't lock them up. Dude, it drives me nuts. I'm always so scared that I'm gonna get rid of them on global and on JP. So very exclusive unit. Doubt they'll ever come back, and it's definitely something that I do not want to have anything happen to them, you know? So there's exclusives. By the way, somebody asked last time, but I had Monaka over here because this event like never really came back on the JP side. As a matter of fact, the JP side, the first time to have it back was after this version Z update. So there you go. There's all the EZAs that we've got done. Still some of my favorite units to this day. I'm so glad they made these units. These are like So freaking cool, man. And then these right here are my Dokkan Festival exclusives. We have 102. On my JP account, we have 106. And the difference, of course, is the Videl that we're missing on Global, and then the 3 Dokkan Festival exclusives that Global hasn't received yet, which are STR Super Vegeta, AGL Trunks, and Tech Count Khalifa that fuse into a Kefla. But otherwise, I'm actually very happy with this. And then if you remember my first ever video, it was me summoning for on the actual Tech Cell banner. And I was trying to pull that STR Broly, and I didn't actually do it on camera, but I finished the video showing that I did pull him. And some people, I remember going back to the video and say, dummy, you were summoned on the wrong banner. Broly wasn't on that banner. He wasn't the featured like unit, but he was included on the banner, and he was there, and that's why I was summoning on him. But yeah. So same thing here. You can see my first Dokkan Fest was the Tech Cell, and then you can see we get up into the actual first year anniversary. It's so much fun just to sort of reminisce and just like scroll through here and be able to see like these sort of massive releases and just everything happening. Looking at the what we call the God leads and the demigod leads, because they weren't like, they didn't give you the key and stuff that you got with the other releases. Like they released so many units from year 2 to like 6 months out. It was insane because you got, you know, Goku and Vegeta, and then you started receiving like all these other 120 leads for their typings, and then the sort of like in between lead. It was just crazy. As you can see, some units I didn't use as much on Global, and it wasn't that they're not good, it was just I didn't use them as much, so I didn't put forth a ton of resources to them. So we got a freaking Cell here that's fully EZA'd, but only Super Attack 3 out of 15. I maybe should feed some to him, but at this point I never use that unit, so like that's why I'm not really feeding resources to a unit like that. But anyways, it's just so interesting to be able to scroll back through, see everything going, and then all the way up to the massive Planet Namek Saga celebration here, where I was able to actually get a copy of Goku and Frieza on my Global account as well as my JP account, which is always a massive win for me. So there you go. You now have seen my account. I got a good scroll through of everything that I personally and particularly care for, so I can reference back to this video if for some reason I wake up tomorrow, launch Dokkan, and get like a account suspended message. So again, I don't think it's gonna happen. This video is not to spread that anymore. Actually, a lot of it for myself, so it exists as well. But if you wanted to check out my account, there you go too. But anyways, y'all, that's the video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you're new, subscribe. Have a great day. Keep on keeping on. Nanogenix signing off. Stay tuned for the subathon and the merch drop. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.